Well, I like to say this thing. This is kind of it's supposed to be sacred. We say as medicine people, we don't get on mics and say, "Oh, I'm a medicine man." But after becoming a healer and having second chances in life, the drum is very powerful. It is the heartbeat of life. And being an alcoholic and being a recovering alcoholic, I can feel in my drums the healing power. When I do my shows, I explain to people with no knowledge of the Native American instruments the power it has and possess in it, not only within the drum, the heartbeat of the drum, but within the flute, within the bells and the rattles. It's all power, especially when you use it with the right intent, the right purpose. Like the other day, I gave a beautiful show. I taught because my late father always said, a buffalo dance is not a buffalo dance until you explain the purpose, the reason, the regalia, why these individuals are dressed that particular style. That's my job in my shows, to talk about the regalia, to tell why they're wearing this, why they're dancing this, but most of all, why I'm singing these songs. Every song has a purpose, just like we do as we are as human beings. I always tell people we're not born just to be born, but some of us is too unfortunate not to know the purpose of life. Some of us die not even knowing the reason why we were born. So that's my job, is to go around people and telling them, have faith. There is faith in everybody. This is the time of change. And back to the drum, it is very powerful. It's a healing process. A lot of us are always in healing, no matter what we endure, whether it's during mourning, a loved one sick. It's always something, a part of human life. It's part of human nature. As Native Americans, we always turn to Mother Earth for everything. And that's where the drum derives from, Mother Earth, the dead stump, the dead animal. Now you hear the drum, you brought them both together and you created life. And that's the power of the drum. Very good question. Now, with me being a healer, I've always said this. People don't know that the drum they bought is very special, especially if you know who I am, had a second chance in life twice. These drums are healing processes. I don't like to say these things, and sometimes people tell me, write it on the drum. I says, no, they'll feel it from the drum. And when that blessing from that drum hits the family, the word will come back. The word will come back. It's always there because it's a purpose. And it's always been written through history, the power of drums. And a question earlier was, as a young boy, I was asked and I was told about drums, if I knew drums existed anywhere. As a child, as a Native American, I only thought drums was Native American until I started to go to school. Then I started to read about the Asian people, the African people. Then I started to look at their drums, and it just opened a whole new world to me. Then I got about 12 years old, and my late father said, look at this big drum, son. It's round, son. It represents the world. Everybody is in that drum. When we sing, we don't sing only about the native people. We sing about the African, the Oriental. Then it was like amazing ordeal. Then I started to get in high school. Then I started to learn about more drums. And wow, it was amazing. Then I thought to myself, Dad, how did you get the gift to make the power of the drum? Then all of a sudden, at 15, 14 years old, he asked me, son, the gift is going to be yours. Choose a wood stump here to make a drum. And I think at that time, back in the early 80s, my late father thought I was going to pick a little drum out to start off with. But guess what? I picked the biggest drum. Because as a Pueblo boy, when we see our fiestas, we look at the drummers. Every young little man wants to be a drummer. The power we feel in our fiestas as little children, we say, that's going to be me one day. That's going to be me carrying that drum. Well, I'm the drum now. I'm a drum master. I've been making drums for over 37 years. I say this in a good way. I don't compete here in local drumming contests, the Indian market, because I respect the elders, the ones that are still in their 70s and 80s that are producing these drums. I respect them, so I don't compete against them. One day I'll be 70 and 80 years old, and I pray that I'll be sitting there. But until then, I let them enjoy the fame, because one day I'll earn that right, and I'll earn all that good money. Then it's to enjoy and to share with the world my experience, my talent, but most of all, my stories of what this drum represents. And that's my gift to each and every one of you. And I thank you. And may the Lord bless each and every one of you. Aho.